another day down. I probably spent 4 hours, maybe a bit less. I got interrupted a lot, but that's okay. So weather's good today. Look at that, sun. All the cyclone threats moved on. So yeah, the mission was to get the diff stripped down, which I've done, and I've mocked up the limited slip diff with the 277 and the 28 spline. So that's all just sitting in there mocked up. I don't have the expertise to set all that up. I don't even have the gear. You need torque dog gauges. You need the right gear to measure up the pinion gear set, how deep the pinion gear sits in. You've got crush sleeves on that as well. So stuff that I just don't have the gear to do, and you need specialist gear to do it. Then you need to set up, because this is a different carrier, you've got to set up the shims, different length shims, to get it all set right, and you need specialist tools and stuff to measure from one end to the other, and then you put a little axle in, and then you measure the depth of that to the pinion, and then you got to work out the ring gear where that sits. So basically there's shims in there that move that left or right to get it set up properly with the little pinion, so they mesh properly, and so that there's backlash. So there's a tiny little bit of backlash in that now, but like I said, it's not set right. It's just sitting in there nicely and just neatly. I didn't put a new crush sleeve or anything on. Like I said, it's just sitting in there. That's just the old stuff moved across to a different diff. So that'll probably drive, but I'm not going to do that. So right. So anyway, we've got that done up. I've got the axles all cleaned up, so they're ready to go. I've just got to get the ends cleaned up a bit, so I'll get them dropped off to the shop with the diff so that he can get all that set up. So I'll put the cover on and get on with that. Not too bad of a job. It was quite good. I enjoyed doing that sort of stuff, but I know my limits too. So from here, I'm just gonna clean up the rotors. I think they're probably beyond repair. These ones, I'm just going to get new ones. They're cheap to buy new rotors. So I'll get all these redone. So I'll get them taken to the shop when I take them to the diff, and he can just do a quick service on them. Give them a bit of a bath. I'll get these things cleaned up myself. For the park brake setup, I'll get all them cleaned up and neatened up, and I'll get the cables adjusted. Cable ends set to suit these things, to suit the new different handbrake setup. So that's okay. That's easy enough to do. Just a matter of doing a little bit of muck around with the ends on the cables. So that's where I'm at. Good day, successful as far as I know. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Short video today. Goodness. So anyway, I suppose, while I'm at it, next job while the diff's away, I gotta go away for a bit, so probably won't be doing much until later in January. So next job will be to basically, I'm just going to have a good inspection of underneath while the thing's up in the air, have a really good look for any rust holes or anything like that. It looks really solid under there. When I went through there yesterday, I couldn't find anything obvious, so what I'm going to do is rip the seats out, because I can lower it down on the jack, so I can take all the seats out, and just get the floor out, and just do a really good inspection of the floor to make sure there's no dramas or problems. So yeah, I'll lift the mats up and just have a good look under there and see if there's any stuff that I can work on between now and then. So that's where we're at. Yeah, it's good. So I'll do that, get the rust stuff done if there's any more to look for, and make sure I know where everything is. And then after that, I'll get the diff back, which will be sort of head towards the end of January then. and get that back in, get it back on its all four wheels, and then start on the all likelihood it'll either be engine or internals on the dash and that. So I'll have to work that out when it comes to the time. So I will be away for a little bit, but anyway, I'll do an update before I go away, so I'm sure I'll get on with something else. I'll probably hopefully get this interior done, get the interior out and make sure there's no more rust hiding away underneath the floor. So that'll be my next job after I clean up the brakes, so I can get all them dropped off to the shop, so which won't be until like the 4th or 5th of January. So yeah, okay, but that'll be good. I'll get the interior done and look for get the floor up. That'll be the next job. Anyway, thank you.